Boy, oh boy, never a dull moment around here. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night's game. I'm recording this 4:41 p.m., December 16, 2020, which is the day before a Wednesday. And I noted yesterday that I have started a Twitter page, and I have since corrected the Twitter handle I go by, and let me show it to you here. It was Paulie's of. And I really didn't like that, so I was looking on my phone at Twitter and said, Twitter, could you give me another handle? And this is what I came up with: Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, BPWOSS. So that's my new handle on Twitter, and I apologize for giving you a bogus one. Well, I didn't know it was going to be bogus. And if you already were following me, then it's already been corrected automatically. And like I said, oh, there we go. Sorry, folks. I was going to suppress a cough, and I turned my microphone off. But about an hour ago, here in Pinellas County, Florida, we had a tornado go by. We had a rather strong tornado too, whizzed up north of me by about a mile. I wasn't even in the tornado warning area. They knew it wasn't going to hit where I live here in Pinellas Park, but it started in Pinellas Park and kind of went northeast over east central Pinellas County, where they're building a new expressway to connect people from 275 to the Clearwater St. Pete Airport that should be done in about a year or so. The Central Pinellas Expressway, they are calling it. And you could also, if you don't want to take the toll, you could take a side road and get to the airport there too. They're building all these roads over by, if you're familiar with my area, the Sunshine Speedway used to be. They bought all that land and they're trying to turn it into an expressway. Well, the tornado, not the hurricane, the tornado kind of hit that area, and then if you are familiar with the Howard Franklin Bridge, it kind of crossed into Tampa along that line, and it was probably dancing with the bridge a little bit. Doesn't sound like anybody was significantly hurt. That sounds like there were a few buildings damaged. But this just happened in the last 45 minutes. So check with your local listings if you're kind of interested in seeing what happened here. I'm okay. Power never even went out, so I'm going to go ahead and do this game. And I probably should have put the teams that I'm going to play with today. But I was in such a hurry to get this done. So stand by a moment, please. In fact, I'm going to show you my. Well, I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. Big Polly's World of Sports Sims, and I won't be able to show you the slide, presents the hometown football league we have. Now, imagine the slide being here. New York, who comes into today's game at 10-5 against San Diego, who is 8-7. And my apologies for not setting up the slide. In fact, if you will just hold on a moment here, folks, I will quickly type it in through the magic of PowerPoint and cropping, and you will see it in just a moment. Here we go. Now I have it fixed, and now I could show it to you. There we go. New York and San Diego. New York needs a win to make the number one seed in the East. San Diego has to win to stay alive, otherwise they are eliminated from playoff contention, and it will just be down to Denver and Seattle for the last spot of the playoffs, and we will determine that tomorrow when Cleveland plays Seattle. In fact, I am going to update that right now. Sometimes I get in a hurry, and sometimes I want to get on, and I want to get on, and I should be prepping things before I go on. So thank you for your patience. We're going to get this game started now. New York and San Diego, as I was saying, San Diego favored by a point. New York not playing their best football. It's 65 degrees, a wind of up to 5 miles an hour. I'll be playing as San Diego, and the computer plays as New York at Qualcomm Stadium, the former home of the San Diego Chargers, before they went up by 5 and resumed playing out of Los Angeles. New York won the toss and will receive. So this is a critical game for each team, even though New York is in the playoffs for sure. We just don't know their seeding. And San Diego needs this to survive. And they have to hope Seattle loses. There's also a way that both teams can win and San Diego makes the playoffs. But let's see what San Diego does first. It's Eli Manning against Phillip Rivers, Bill Parcells, and Don Coryell. And Christie back deep for New York. San Diego in the dark blue and New York in white. And here is Christie all the way out to the 33. The return, 26 yards. And that's how New York will set up shop. A 1st and 10, as I move my Coke over here. And a penalty against Glenn is going to put New York back at their own 7. We'll set up the New York offense before this play. Barber and Snell, Beckham Jr. and Powell, the wideouts. Castor at tight end. Manning, the quarterback out of Old Miss. Brown, Snee, Mangold, Younts, who also doubles as the punter. And Powell, another Powell, in at right tackle. And on 1st and 10, Manning throwing for almost his own end zone. And this is a long play. I believe this is to Powell. 40, 30, 20. And a 74-yard gain. That is Rich Castor. And he had running room, 74 yards worth. And Eli Manning, I believe, has gone over 4,000 yards for the season. I believe that's what that graphic was showing. Too much going on right now in my mind. And we'll set the San Diego defense real quick. O'Neal, Williams, Ladd, and Johnson are the front 4. Seau, Adams, Phillips are your linebackers. Cromartie and Bird, Weddle, and Harrison your defensive backs. And let's see what Manning can do for an encore here. A 1st down from the 24. Make that the 19. Was 5 yards off. That was a stripe off. Gain of 10. And that is for Snell, and it's just short of the 1st, so it's 2nd and goal at the 9. Looking at how New York has been faring, they started out strong. They went 4-0. Then Baltimore demystified them, 31-24. Then they won 3 in a row, lost to Dallas, then lost to New York, up to Seattle 35-15, to Green Bay 2017, and Philadelphia beat them 24-21 last week, so they come in losing 2 in a row. Shades of the 79 Buccaneers, 2nd and goal at the 9, although this team will be making the playoffs for sure. That's just short of the 1st down, so Jack Russell comes in and will play as a double tight end on 3rd and inches from the 9. Barber, I believe he's short. Yes, he is. Allen blasted him. So there'll be a field goal try here by Nugent of 26 yards, and he got that. 3-0 Giants with 11:46 left in the opening quarter. A delayed reaction from the crowd. Sproles, Duncan, Anderson back deep for the Chargers. And Sproles will take it 3 yards deep. He's past the 20. He's out to the 24, a return to 27 yards. Setting up this San Diego offense, who must play well today. I think the running game will have to come through for them to have a chance. It's Tomlinson and Gary Anderson at running back spots. Gary Anderson, who also played for the Tampa Bay Bandits, and also would play for the Buccaneers at one point in his NFL career. Miller and Martin are your wideouts. Gates the tight end. Rivers quarterbacking. Mix, Wilkerson, Hardwick, Sweeney, and Washington are your offensive linemen. And on 1st and 10, let's see what they do here. It's going to be a dive to Tomlinson. Now, I think also San Diego will be looking for where Spec Sanders is lined up. And probably look to be throwing his way, get a tight end over there. Now remember, New York plays a 3-4, so their front 3 are Strahan, Gastineau, and Klecko. Taylor, Huff, Carson, Lewis are your linebackers. Rivas and Glenn, Patton, and Sanders are going to be your defensive backfield. In fact, let's see if they can line somebody up on Mr. Sanders. Right here. And yeah, we're going to go strong left. And we're going to go to Antonio Gates on 2nd and 5. And that's incomplete. Let's show you quickly how San Diego has been faring. Won their first game, a 17-10 win over Arizona, and it's been kind of come see, come saw all year for the Chargers. Their last game, a 23-14 win over Vegas that you saw last week here on the HTFL telecasts. And before that, they trounced Kansas City, who's also going to the playoffs, 48-24. A 3rd and 5, Miller on a slant, a blitz coming, so this might be a good play call. But it wasn't, an incomplete pass. And Haynes, everybody thought Haynes might have picked that off and took that to the house, taken that to the house. Paul McGuire comes in the punt. And the Chargers, a must-win situation for them to make the playoffs, to have a chance of making the playoffs. Tennell, a 9-yard return. The punt went 41, and the net was 32. 10:35 now left. Opening quarter, it's 3-0 New York on a nice day in San Diego, California. Snell, gain of 3. Harrison on the stop. That is Rodney Harrison, who would go on and play for the Patriots. You see him there. He's out of Western Illinois. Of course, he's a fine analyst on NBC during their pregame shows before the big Sunday night games. 2nd and 7 at the 42. Manning, batted at the line by Ernie the Cat Ladd. And that is incomplete. 3rd and 7 at the 42. Manning throwing, incomplete. That was a fastball to Rich Castor, but unfortunately, we're playing football and not baseball. And Younts back to punt for New York. And this is going to be returned. I think this is Fuller. Yes, it is. 7-yard return. The punt going 48. So the net will be 41. 3-0. Giants leading. Trap left with Damian Tomlinson. This is where I think the Chargers are going to have to shine. That inside running game, expose that 3-4 defense and the holes in the middle it presents. That was a gain of 5. Harry Carson on the tackle for New York. And this is not the correct Gary Anderson in the picture. This Gary Anderson will get close to the first down and gets it. A pickup of 5. We're going to go Tomlinson, a trap to the left. Again on 1st and 10, and San Diego finding a groove here. Sanders, a tackle after a gain of 9. Tomlinson 157 last week against Vegas. And on 2nd and 1, do you take a chance here? And they are going to look. Kellen Winslow splits to the left side. We'll go to him on the short cross. Incomplete pass. 3rd and a yard. We're going to go Gary Anderson off tackle left. Try to get the first down. Oh, it's going to be close. He is short by a few inches. And it's going to be 4th in inches. And it's too early to do any trickeration. So Paul McGuire, not to be confused with the great poker writer who wrote a book called Lost Vegas, which I have, and it's on Amazon for any of you to get if you want. Talking about the World Series of Poker back in the aughts into the early 2010s. Paul McGuire's punt, 44 yards, a 4-yard return by Tennell. 1st and 10, the Giants have it at their own 23, 6:36 left to go. Gain of 6 yards. And it's now 2nd and 4 at the 28. I believe he also wrote a book called Jack Tripper Stole My Dog. So, hello, Paulie McGuire, if you're seeing this. 2nd and 4 to 28. That's a catch. Castor again, yes, a gain of 19. And Castor now, 2 catches and 93 yards. 1st and 10 at the Giant 48, so they're still on the negative side of the field. Barber turns the corner, picks up 11. And he had 115 last week against Philly, a game we did not televise. 1st and 10 at the 41. Next to last game of the regular season you're seeing right here. That was attempted for Castor and incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 41. Manning has started 2 out of 5. And that's a gain of 6 for Tiki. 3rd and 4 now at the 35. New York has the wind advantage, and that throw to Barber just short of the first down. So they bring in Nugent to try a field goal of 48. He got it. And it's 6-0. The Giants leading. So again, Sproles, Duncan, Anderson back deep. For the Chargers, who've got to try to get something going here. Gain of 16 on the return for Sproles only to the 17. So again, it's Tomlinson and Gary Anderson. A sweep right, counter sweep right for LaDamian on 1st and 10. And I think the key, as I've been saying, I think the key is going to be the running game. And the question is, can they exploit the 3-4 defense? And with New York being the only team using it, seeing if that they could do something with it. But no, not on that play. Anderson tackled by Carson at the line. So again, a 3rd and 4. We're going to go Gates, and we're going to go short hitch with the blitz coming. And New York can blitz. But not on that play, at least successfully. A gain of 9 for Gates. And it's 1st and 10 San Diego at the 32. Off tackle right, LaDamian. Back to the line, and that is it. Mark Gastineau making the tackle. That'll do it for the opening quarter. It is 6-0 in favor of the Giants. They have 13 plays, 133 yards. San Diego has begun with 12 plays and 40 yards. So we begin the second. Miller slant on 2nd and 10. And that's going to be a first down if it holds.
Grabbing the face mask. Defense.
And it will hold.
31, 15-yard penalty, automatic. First down.
Tack 15 more. And the Chargers in business at the Giant 39. Off tackle right, LaDamian. A blitz coming, so we're going to change it to a screen to Anderson, but a marker.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 99, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
You see those flags coming, you think the offense had done something wrong, but that was not true. Gastineau committing the penalty. 1st and 5 now. And this might be a situation where the Chargers might want to push their luck. Play action long fly to Anthony Miller. Is it Miller time? No. 2nd and 5 at 34. A dive by LaDamian. And he's got a first down. Pickup of 8. LT on the tackle. First time I think we've called his name so far in the game. And now 1st and 10 at the 26. And San Diego does not want this situation to go to waste. I almost said a crisis go to waste. And that's a little dink to Gary Anderson to the 1. He gains 25 yards, and Phillips now over the 4,000-yard mark himself. We saw Eli go over the 1,000-yard tally earlier in the game. I think that's what I saw. I think I saw a 4,000-yard passer. Sneak, Phillip Rivers on 1st and goal at the 1. Touchdown. Touchdown, Phillip Rivers, rushing the ball. He's out of North Carolina State. Had a great career with the Wolfpack before turning pro, and up until recently, he was the signal caller for the now LA Chargers. So he is on the board, but I know why you're here. You want to see the extra point getting kicked. And there you go. Kading has made it a 7-6 game in favor of San Diego. Giants lose this game, they will lose their number 1 seed to Dallas. Dallas will be the 1 seed going into the playoffs, and they would get New England in the first round. Actually, I take that back. They would get Washington they would get New England in the first round. I was right. Christie back to receive the kickoff. It is a touchback. So Eli Manning, who has started 3 of 6, 97 yards, goes back to work. A dump to Rondé, gain of 7.
Encroachment defense. Number 99, 5-yard penalty.
New York takes the penalty. They want a 1st and 5, not a 2nd and 3, and I don't blame them. 1st and 5 at the 25. Barber, a pickup of 3. So Dallas, who most of the year didn't look like they were going to be a playoff team, could wind up being the Eastern Conference champion after play today. 2nd and 2 at the 28. Barber straight ahead. That's a nice gain. Barber looking at me menacingly and saying, "Quit saying that about our Giants." Gain of 10. Weddle made the stop for the Chargers. I'm just pointing the possibilities out here, folks. 1st and 10 at the 38. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 at the 38. Screen to Barber, but that was well covered. Incomplete. 3rd and 10. Chargers saying we could play a little defense too, but not on that play, as that went to Art Powell, a gain of 12. And it's now 1st and 10 at midfield. We have 10:53 left in the first half. Snell picks up 3 yards, and that adds to his tally. Odell Beckham in as a 3rd wide out on 2nd and 7 at the 47. A gain of 5. 3rd and 2 at the 42. Talk about a guy's stock dropping fast. Odell Beckham Jr. was, just a few years ago, one of the best wide receivers in the game. Had that one-handed catch on Sunday Night Football that made him highlight reel material. That pass incomplete on 3rd and 2, as Manning was looking for Odell, so I didn't mean to jinx him. I'll watch for the fake punt here. And that goes out of bounds at the 8, and the punt going 34 yards. It's 7-6 in favor of the Chargers. Off tackle right, Tomlinson, and he is going to fumble. And Wilkerson pounced on it for the Chargers. Loss of a yard on the play. And that'll set up 2nd and 11 at the 7. Oh, thank heaven. Trap right, Tomlinson. And Tomlinson into the secondary. He picks up 9 yards. So a 3rd and 2. We're going to go play action short cross to Antonio Gates. And a sack. Strahan came in lowering the boom on Rivers. That's a loss of 6. New York defense can get aggressive when it wants to. 4th and 8 at the 10. Paul McGuire in the punt. And we'll see what happened here. And could be that San Diego recovered a fumble with the animation doing what it is. Yes, that's what happened. Tennell fumbled. Hardwick pounced on it for San Diego. So I don't know why they give the cheer. Actually, it's good news for the Chargers. It's 1st and 10 at the New York 47. As they flip the field on the punt. And this is LaDamian gaining 6. 1,500 yards. In the regular season, he has 47 today. He also has 67 catches out of the backfield for 703 yards. A 2nd and 4, a medium fly to Miller. As Rivers speculates.
Pass interference, defense. Number 24, automatic, 1st down.
And it was good speculation because they drew a pass interference call. Rivas gets called for the PI. And now you're looking at a pitch left by LaDamian on 1st down. No gain. 2nd and 10 at the 33. We're going to go Gary Anderson, short pass. Completed to him. And Gary Anderson with another nice catch and run, 14 yards. He has 2 catches on the day for 39. Double tight end set now for the Chargers. They're going to go back to Gary Anderson on 1st and 10 from the 19, and he just barely, actually he lost the yard. Sam Huff in his violent world making the tackle. Second and 11 at the 20. Tomlinson a sweep right to try to knock the yardage down a bit. Can he turn the corner? He can to some degree. And Anderson hurt and won't return. So Keith Lincoln now comes in to play running back. He's out of Washington State, and he played on those powder blue Charger teams in the 60s that did well. 3rd and 3. In fact, we're going to go to Lincoln on a short passing play. There it is. But he cannot get to the first down marker. He only gains 1 yard. So now, 4th and 2, they'll kick the field goal. Kading will come on. This will be a 28-yard attempt. And he pushed it left. No good. So the Giants catch a huge break. They trail 7-6. They make the number 1 seed in the East, and I'll repeat it in case you missed it or in case you're just tuning in or queuing up to this point in the stream or tape or whatever you want to call it. With a tie and anything better than a tie, the Giants would be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs. And they would get Washington in the first round. If not, Dallas will get Washington in the first round. It's 1st and 10 at the 20. Speaking of firsts, that's over the middle. That's to Art Powell, a gain of 7. Art Powell, a New York Titan. Should point out that the Giants are an amalgamation of all the New York teams that have played from 1940 onward in the NFL. The Giants, the Jets, the Brooklyn Tigers, the Brooklyn Dodgers, the New York Yankees, and the New York Bulldogs. And I'm probably forgetting a couple. 2nd and 3 at the 27. A fumble. Recovered by New York. Barber fumbled it. Brown picked it up. 1st and 10 at the 33 with the clock running at 2:24 left in the opening half.
Holding. Offense. Number 74. 10-yard penalty.
Mangold called for the hold. I'll accept it. 1st and 20 at the 23. Almost a 2-minute warning. That's incomplete. Looking for Castor. Castor's already had a big day. 2 catches for 93 yards. He had on the first play a 70-plus yard reception. So it's 7-6 San Diego. Giants with 2 timeouts and San Diego with 3 on the 2nd and 20. Incomplete, so it's going to be 3rd and a cab ride from Tijuana, Mexico for the Giants. That's Castor.
Pass interference.
Saar, I'm
Offense.
sorry.
Number 83, 10-yard penalty.
I'll decline it. Make it 4th and 16. The Giants will have to punt it away.
Offense.
Well, not yet.
Penalty. Repeat. 4th down.
The punter called for a false start. 4th and 21 with $1:52 to go now. The punt backed up the returner Fuller a little bit, but he makes up for it with a nice return that's going to go all the way. Touchdown. So how do you like that? As a famous sportscaster used to say all the time, how do you like that? That was Mike Fuller out of Auburn. And he had a very, very nice return at perhaps a very critical moment for the Chargers. With the extra point, it is 14-6 with 1:40 to go. And here we go. Christie again, back deep for the Giants. Returnable. Looked like he took it at about the 4. And Christie with running
Illegal
room.
block. Receiving team.
Patton wipes out most of the return. It's 1st and 10 at the 14 for the Giants. 2 timeouts left in 1:31. Snell, gain of 9. I will not call timeout. I'll let the Giants call theirs. 1 timeout left for New York. After they call one there, gain of 2. Snell. Did the Giants call their last timeout? They do indeed. 1:14 to go. 1st and 10. A long way to go still at the 25. Snell. Gain of 13.
Encroachment. Defense. Number 99.
They'll take the first down, I would think.
5-yard penalty.
They do. And it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Down to a minute to go. Snell trapped behind the line, a loss of a yard. Williams on the tackle for the Chargers. 53 seconds to go. Screen. Snell has it. Crossed midfield. A gain of 17. It's 1st and 10 at the 46 with 33 seconds to go. Manning's going to call a play. Snell, can he get out of bounds? Yes, he does. 8-yard gain to the 38. And with 4 seconds left in the half, Nugent comes on for a 55-yarder. It's blocked. Recovered by Phillips. And that is your half. San Diego goes to the break with a 14-6 lead. I will pause. I will be right back. Stand by, folks. So here we go, third quarter time. San Diego 14 and New York 6. New York doing well offensively, but they just haven't been able to translate the yardage into points. 32 plays, 231 yards. San Diego 25 for just 118. Sproles back deep along with Duncan and Fuller. Fuller just had the punt return for 6 points. That's a kickoff out of bounds.
Kicking team.
That's right, the kicking team kicked it out of bounds. Thank you, Mr. Referee. Most insightful. 1st and 10 at the 40. And we're going to go Tomlinson on a dive. Heavy blitz. So we're going to go screen to Keith Lincoln, number 20. If he could catch it, he might have a chance for a big gain. And yes, indeed, 19 yards. Speck Sanders on the stop. We're going to go right back to Mr. Lincoln on the dive. This time we're going to screen it to Tomlinson. Just a screw of their heads. That's incomplete. Rivers has started 6 of 11, 82 yards. Now a 2nd and 10 play at the 41, and Tomlinson on a dive. Gets into the secondary, a gain of 8. And now 3rd and 2 at the 33. So let's set this up like we might run it, but we're actually going to throw it. Martin. Play action medium pass with a blitz coming. Caught. Check the penalty here, folks. This could be crucial.
Ineligible man.
Oh!
Offense. Number 70, 5-yard penalty.
They say a lineman was downfield, and that's a big-time no-no. So now 3rd and 7 at the 38. We're going to go short to LaDamian. I have to try a long field goal here. That's incomplete. 49% chance Kading can hit this from 55. And that's blocked. And something happened here. Jason Pierre-Paul with the block. No return. It was recovered by Strahan and down there. 1st and 10 at the 45. We have 12:54 left in the third quarter. And Eli takes off. Not really known for that in his career. A gain of 3. 2nd and 7 at the 48. 12:46 now left to go. That's caught. And that was caught by Castor, 24 yards. He's up to 117 on the day. And Brown is now out of the game for a few plays. The left tackle, he will be replaced by Hill. Winston Hill out of Texas Southern. 1st and 10 at the 28. Snell gains a yard. Allen tackles him for the Chargers. 2nd and 8 at the 14. Incomplete. So if the score holds, San Diego will be up to plus 43. If the score holds as it is right now. Well, let's get through this series first because the score could change. 3rd and 9. Fumble recovered by San Diego. Harrison. Beckham had the first down, fumbled it. Bird forced to fumble. Rodney Harrison picked it up, and it's San Diego ball. 1st and 10 from the 17, and here's LaDamian trapping it left. and he scoots for 6 yards. They're up 8 right now, which would get their net points up to 43. Seattle is at 36. So if they win, and say they win by 6 points or less, San Diego would still get the number 4 seed in the Western Conference. And we'll go over that when this game concludes. A sweep to the right, LaDainian Tomlinson, much like the Indianapolis situation, where if they lost by a certain point margin, they could still have that number 3 seed. No gain. Lewis on the tackle for the Giants, and it is now a 3rd and 4. We're going to go 3 wide, and we're actually going to hitch it to Gates. And it looked like Rivers had trouble with the snap. Sanders jumped on him right away, a loss of 4. Fourth and 8. The ball at the 19. Paul McGuire in the punt. Now San Diego has the wind for the remainder of the 3rd quarter. It's not much of a wind.
Illegal block. Receiving team, 10-yard penalty.
LT called for the illegal block. Moves New York back to the 26. That was a 49-yard punt by Paul McGuire. Returned 7 yards. But with the penalty yardage, it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 26 for New York. Marker down. So let's just look at that first.
Holding offense. Number 79, 10-yard penalty.
Brown called for holding. New York was another one of these teams like Washington that looked like they were going to be world beaters all season, but they've kind of collapsed down the stretch. 1st and 20 at the 16. Kind of reverse of Dallas. Dallas did not look like a playoff team most of the season, but they got critical wins at the critical times. And now, if the score holds, they could be the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. 2nd and 20 at the 16. And those playoff games, let's check penalty.
Interference, defense, number 32, automatic, 1st down.
That was to Castor, a PI, moves it to the 30, 1st and 10 at the 30. The Eastern playoffs will be the 23rd of December, and we're going to get a game up, hopefully, on the 24th. We'll have a game up by, I would say, 1 o'clock on Christmas Eve, and we'll do the same thing New Year's Eve. We're going to have games, but we're not going to be doing them at 7:30. We're going to be doing them and getting them up as soon as humanly possible that day. 2nd and 9 at the 31. And Manning throws. Incomplete. They tried a flea flicker there, and they tried Manning to Castor. Didn't work. 3rd and 9 at the 31. This is going to be a 1st down for Beckham. Gain of 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 41. That's to Beckham again. Gain of 17. So Beckham now, Odell Beckham, 3 catches, 37 yards, and you just saw 2 in a row for him. 1st and 10 at the 42. Barber was the intended receiver. That's incomplete. Manning now 14 to 26 for 228. 2nd and 10. That is to Castor. Castor, another grab. A season high for him, 126 yards. And we still have 6:11 left in the 3rd. 3rd in the yard, ball to 33. Barber got the 1st. Ernie Ladd made the tackle. I will challenge.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. A timeout will be charged.
Well, the odds favor you if your odds of getting the challenge overturned is better than 50-50. 1st and 10 at the 32. A fumble. It was Snell, the original ball carrier. O'Neal forced the fumble. Castor was Johnny on the spot. 2nd and 7 now at the Charger 29-yard line. That's to Barber. He's down the right sideline. He picks up 18.
Offsides, defense, number 99, 5-yard penalty.
Williams called for offsides. Declined the penalty. 1st and 10 at the 11. And that's going to be a touchdown to Matt Snell, who of course scored the touchdown in Super Bowl III, the only touchdown New York had. So New York, curiously, just going to kick the 1-point extra point. Good by Nugent, 14-13 with 4:37 left to go. Sproles back for the kickoff, taken in about the goal line. He moves up to the 29, a return to 29. 4:26 left in quarter number 3. And we're going to stick with the running game. It's going to be off tackle right. Tomlinson, his 15th carry is for 6 yards. Sam Huff, 100 tackles on the year. You see him there, Hall of Famer. 2nd and 4. We're going to go quick pass to Gates. He's got it. 40, 45 to 50, to the 50. And he goes over 1,000 on the year. A gain of 15 puts him at 1,009. 1st and 10 at the 50. And we're thinking about what we could do here. How about another quick pass to Miller? He's got it. A marker down, and it was after the catch.
Holding offense.
Oh, they got holding on Wilkerson. A 1st and 20 at the 40 now. Trap left Tomlinson. So they just want to get some easy yards here, but check the penalty.
Offense, number 74, 10-yard penalty.
Nix, the Hall of Fame left tackle, called for a hold, now 1st and 30. Got any good plays on 1st and 30? We're going to go screen to Lincoln. Ask him how the play was. He gains 11. Haynes hurt on the last play. He's a extra defensive back. He will not return. And Ward Cuff enters at defensive back. He wears 14. Played on those Giants teams in the 40s. 2nd and 19. Ball at the 41. Draw to LaDamian. See if he could do something here. And it's 7 yards. So 3rd and 12 for the Chargers. And we're going to go to John Jefferson on the hitch. It's caught, a 1st down. Nice work for San Diego there. From a 1st and 30 to a 1st down and a new set of downs. Minute 22 left, 3rd quarter. A nail biter here at Qualcomm. It is 14-13 San Diego. Pitch right, LaDamian. He gains nothing, and I don't think he likes it. Gastineau on the tackle, and we have played 45 minutes now. It is San Diego 14 and the Giants at 13. New York 339 yards on the day, 48 plays. San Diego 37, and they have only gained 202, but they have the 1-point lead. Tomlinson, outside run, 2nd and 10. It's a gain of 2 yards. Lewis makes the stop. Now a 3rd and 8. And the ball at the 34. San Diego into the wind. They're going to look to Antonio Gates on the medium out route. There's the throw. Incomplete. Phillip Rivers now 9 out of 16. I was thinking of Brett Phillips, who plays for the Tampa Bay Rays and was the hero of one of the World Series games. The ball at the 34. We're going to try a pooch punt with Paul McGuire, which goes into the end zone and a touchback. Last time I tried a field goal from that distance, it was blocked, so I was just going to play it safe there. Didn't work. 1st and 10 for the Giants. They just trail by a point. Sack, Phillips on Rivers. Phillips on Manning, I'm sorry. Loss of 5. And it's now 2nd and 15 at the 15 with 14:01 to go in regulation. Screen, wide receiver screen to Powell, who gains 11 on that. Harris on the tackle. Now a 3rd and 4 at the 26. Barber, 5 and a 1st down. Weddle made the tackle for the Chargers. 1st and 10 at the 31. And you wonder if they're playing their last quarter of the season. Incomplete. Might have been caught.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Incomplete. A timeout will be charged.
So the Giants lose a timeout. Each team will be with 2 the remainder of the half, with unsuccessful challenges each. Second and 10 at the 31. This is Barber, and Barber loses a yard. Ernie Ladd making the tackle. Third and 11 at the 30. A throw, caught, a first down to George Sauer, a gain of 15. And that time Cromartie made the tackle for San Diego. First and 10 at the 45 now. Screen incomplete.
Holding offense. Number 79, 10-yard penalty.
Powell called for the hold, and it'll be first and 20 at the 35. Screen. Beckham, 9 yards. Bird making the tackle. Now going to be a second and 11 at the Giant 44. Incomplete.
Personal foul. Offense. Number 60, 15-yard penalty.
Oh, Younce must have gotten into a fight with somebody. And the officiating crew declares him the loser. Second and 26 at the 29. Throw. Incomplete. That was to Castor, and a terrible throw by Manning, we're being told. He's 19 of 33 for 290 yards. Third and 26 at the 29. To the sideline and incomplete, looking for Beckham Jr. Broken up by Bird. Bird nearly picked that off. And Younce will now go back to punt, stationed at about his own 20. This is Fuller returning at 8. His punt return, the difference in this game right now, a 14-13 San Diego lead. His return on that last punt, 8. The punt went 43. The net was 35. Tomlinson, off tackle right, gain of 2. San Diego has run 24, has rushed the ball 24 times and has only thrown 16. They have had 40 plays and New York 56. But they're leading, and the Giants are not. Off tackle right, Tomlinson back to the line, and that's it. They're starting to get wise to the stratagems of the Chargers. Now a third and 8. Ball at the 38 of San Diego. We're going to go Tony Martin on the slant as the Giants play a 4-2-5, but Martin burns them. 30, 20, 10 to the house. Touchdown, San Diego. Easily Martin's longest catch of the year, 62 yards. And that could be a telling score here for the Giants. Extra point by Kading is good. 21-13 in favor of San Diego. Christie, Sanders, and Glenn. And it's Christie returning at 21 to the 22. Don Maynard comes in, and he will be another number 13. He will be the right split end. You see him there. Played for the Jets and also played for the Baltimore Colts for a few years. First and 10 at the 22. This is Barber. Barber with a nice little hole, but closes quickly. Gain of 10. Barber, 13 carries and 62 yards. He has also caught 2 passes for 22. Second and inches at the 32. This is a throw and a catch incomplete. Maynard tried to catch it, couldn't. Third and inches at the 32 with 7:07 to go. Over the middle looking for Maynard. That's incomplete. I'll watch for the fake punt because it's 4th and inches and it's late in the game. Fuller. 3-yard return after a punt of 45. The net being 42. So San Diego closing in on the win they needed to have any playoff hopes. And they're going to go LaDamian on a dive on first down. He'll pick up a couple. Lawrence Taylor making the tackle for the Giants. 6:49 left, and they'll let that clock run down. Because the best the Giants can do on one score is tie the game with a touchdown and a 2-pointer. Trap left LaDamian. 2nd and 8. They gain a few more. Pick up a 4. 3rd and 4. They're going to go full house. Paul Lowe will get the carry. A trap left. And a gain of 2. That's it. It'll be fourth down. And the Chargers will let the clock, well, they're not going to let the clock run down. They're going to punt. Paul McGuire, hoping for a good one. And it looked like it was. Tennell returning it a little bit. The punt went 48, the return 12. The net will be 36. First and 10. Giants have the ball. They need a touchdown and a 2 to tie with 4:43 left in regulation time. First and 10 at the 30. This is a screen. I believe this is to Sauer. He's crossed midfield. And Eli Manning, 316 on the day. Yes, it was George Sauer. And that was a gain of 26 yards. So just like that, the Giants in Charger territory at the 44. Barber has picked up 4. Odell Beckham Jr. out of the game. The remainder of the game, Santana Moss is going to come in to replace him. He's out of the U, Miami of Florida. 2nd and 6 at the San Diego 40. It's Manning. It's Don Maynard. He's the only 13 left. They are short by a few inches of the first down after Cromartie makes the tackle. And now, 3rd and inches at the 34. Barber, yes, he's got the first down. He's got plenty more. A gain of 9. First and 10 at the 25. We have 3:34 left to go. Barber picks up a penalty.
Holding offense. Number 89, 10-yard penalty.
They get Santana Moss for the hold. It will be 1st and 20 now from the Charger 35. We're down to 3:12 left to go in the game. Santana Moss is going to make up for the holding penalty with a touchdown. 35 yards. Harrison missed the tackle, and it's 21-19. Now, the Giants will go for the 2-point extra point. If they get it, it's a tie game. Barber, no sir, he did not get it. The dive play fails. And the score will remain at 21-19 with 3 minutes exactly now left, fourth quarter. I'll watch for an onside kick, but I will down it since they did kick deep. Each team with 2 timeouts left. We're going to go Lincoln, and we're going to go trap left on a 1st and 10. Hoping for no turnovers. That's a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9. Giants not electing to call a timeout. So I am going to go off tackle left, Tomlinson. And there was a busted play there. Harry Carson makes the tackle. We'll go to the 2-minute warning with a 21-19 game. Both teams still 2 timeouts left. It's 3rd and 8. And what do you do here if you are San Diego with your season on the line? We're going to go slant to Anthony Miller and hope for something good. And that's it. A gain of 15. New York calls a timeout, and San Diego's in excellent shape now with that first down. Trap right with Damian on 1st and 10. Hang on to the ball with Damian, because we've seen that a few times in the HTFL this season. We're going to go real slow. $1.07 on the, well, we should be down to about a minute and change by the time we get this play called. Off tackle left, LaDamian. A penalty.
False start.
Oh.
Offense. Number 70, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 2nd down.
Washington gets called for the foul there. 2nd and 15. We'll go full house, and we're going to go low. Off tackle left, Paul Lowe, number 23. 5-yard gain. Now, New York cannot call another timeout. We're going to play safe, and we're going to go dive Tomlinson. And Tomlinson could not get the first down. A pickup of 2. San Diego let the clock run down to 15 seconds. Kick is from the 38. are going to sideline this sucker with Paul McGuire. And Tennell caught it on the run. He could not get it out of bounds. The punt only went 29. The return went 6. And we are now down to 10 seconds left in the game. Does New York have a miracle in them? Could be down to one play, so it's going to be 3-1. Deep zone, prevent for San Diego. Manning will throw it deep, I would think. Incomplete. They have time for one more play, and this will be it. 2 seconds. I'm going to call the same formation. 3-1. Deep zone, prevent. And Manning will have to be like Aaron Rodgers and try to succeed at throwing a Hail Mary. Here's the pass. Intercepted by Bird. And San Diego keeps their playoff hopes alive with a 21-19 win. Bird, his second pick of the year, Gil Bird. And there you go, a 21-19 win for the Chargers. And this was a pretty decent game too, with some twists and turns. And we will get to the player stats in a moment. Let's just show you that Rivers was MVP. And it was a back and forth game. Manning threw a 35-yarder to Moss with 3 minutes to go, but they could not get the two-pointer to tie. Look at the domination on the New York side in terms of offense. They had 463 yards. San Diego 299. They were perfect in the red zone. San Diego went 1 for 2, the one being the touchdown. 19 penalties in the game, 13 of them by New York. New York ran 66 plays, and San Diego ran 53. Better quarterback was Rivers, 11 out of 18, 201. Tomlinson, the better runner, 24-94. 24 for 94, 24 rushes for 94 yards. Castor was the best in terms of receptions. He had 4 for 126. Beckham Jr. also had 4 catches, as did Matt Snell. And the leading tacklers were Sam Huff for New York and Weddle for San Diego. So what does this mean as we head into the final game of the regular season? It means this. New York loses the Eastern Conference Championship to Dallas. Dallas will be the 1, New York will be the 2, New England will be the 3, and Washington will be the 4. So New York and New England will play Wednesday, the 23rd, on the HTFL network, and Dallas and Washington will play Christmas Eve, the 24th, and we should have that game up by 1 o'clock. In the West, Seattle is still plus 36, but now San Diego is plus 37. So, if Seattle wins, they win the division. They get the playoff spot. I shouldn't say they win the division. They get the playoff spot. If, that is, they do not win by 1 point. If they win by 1 point, San Diego would get the spot because they are at plus 37 and San Diego is at plus 36. And if Seattle won by a point and they were both would be at 37, well, the next tiebreaker would be points, and San Diego would get that. Now, if it were... Actually, no, there are no other ways. There are no other ways. It doesn't matter what else happens because all Seattle has to do is win, but win by more than a point. They do that, they make it. And let's see here. Yeah, Denver is plus 3. Seattle is plus 36. Seattle would have the better division record at 2-4 to Denver's 1-5, but that doesn't matter now. It's all net points because all three teams are not in the same division and they didn't play each other the same number of games. So tomorrow our final regular season game will be Cleveland at Seattle. And like I said, if Cleveland wins, they are the 3 seed in the North. Otherwise, Minnesota will be the 3 seed. Seattle, all they have to do is win, but not win by 1 point. If they win by a point, that will not be enough. San Diego would get the spot. If Seattle ties or they lose, San Diego would get the final playoff spot. So I'm glad you've joined us this past hour or so. This has been Big Paulie coming to you, wishing you well, Godspeed, and God bless. If you're catching this before December 25th, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that good stuff. We'll do it all again soon. Bye bye for now, everybody.